Steerforth Press presents The Tesla Files, a whistleblower, a leak, a fight for the truth, the inside story of Musk's empire, written by Sönke Iversen and Michael Verfürden, and narrated by Mark Elstob. Preface. Trapped in Elon's Game. April the 21st, 2025. If Elon Musk had his way, this book wouldn't exist. When we sent him our questions about the Tesla files in May 2023, the reply came straight from his legal department. We weren't allowed to have these files, the Tesla lawyer informed us, demanding their deletion. Tesla announced legal action, stating, "As you know, use of illegally obtained data for media reporting is not allowed, absent exceptional circumstances." Perfect, we thought. Exceptional circumstances are a given. The world's richest man, the most valuable car manufacturer, the largest private space company. The story of Elon Musk is an endless chain of superlatives. It couldn't possibly be more exceptional. For a long time, we never imagined belonging to a very small circle of journalists demystifying Tesla, and particularly Elon Musk. Then the whistleblower Łukasz Krupski contacted us. His call turned Musk into the center of our lives, a constant presence. Since then, we have been exchanging countless messages about him, checking the latest news on Musk and Tesla early in the morning and late at night. When our alarms go off, our smartphone screens are already filled with his overnight posts on his platform, X. We sometimes asked ourselves how he still finds the time to run his companies between hours of video gaming and his fight against what he calls the woke virus. On October the 25th, 2024, Musk casually uploads a video on X showing himself playing Diablo, an online role-playing game. In the background, a SpaceX team briefs him about issues with an orbital test flight. "I want to be really upfront about scary shit that happened," says an engineer. "We had a misconfigured spin gas abort that didn't have quite the right ramp-up time for bringing up spin pressure, and we were 1 second away from that tripping and telling the rocket to abort and try to crash into the ground next to the tower." Musk, who has security clearance due to his cooperation with the US government, continues slashing skeletons with unnerving calm, replying without pausing his game, "Wow! Yikes!" This near catastrophe and Musk's relaxed approach to it barely gets any coverage. In the fall of 2024, Musk generates headlines at such a furious pace that journalists can hardly keep up. He produces news incessantly, news no other CEO could possibly survive. All of a sudden, Musk has stepped into politics, not just as a donor, but as a contender. When we began our research for the Tesla files, we thought the global public's interest in Musk had peaked. Now, Musk, the protagonist of this book, has become involved in an unprecedented US presidential campaign. On the one hand, we welcomed this development. Journalists would call it reporter's luck. On the other hand, we are not just reporters, but also citizens. Imagining Musk as a political decision-maker makes our skin crawl. The man is locked in an ongoing feud with regulatory agencies, but is now on track to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, an anti-bureaucratic bureaucracy. Donald Trump has suggested that this appointment is the modern-day equivalent of the Manhattan Project, the secret US research program during World War II that led to the creation of the atomic bomb. It culminated on August 6, 1945, in Hiroshima, with a deadly demonstration of power that changed the world forever. Today, the enemy isn't the alliance of Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. Now, the enemy is anyone who thinks differently from Musk. Employees, business partners, and family members describe him as prone to outbursts of rage. His paranoid fears and conspiracy theories are blasted to millions via X, his own social media empire. The cost of his greed for success and recognition is paid, above all, by his employees. We've studied Musk's philosophy, his habit of minimizing present-day risks in favor of whatever the future might hold. In his world, the end justifies the means. If the future looks revolutionary, today's damage is negotiable. Even dropping an atomic bomb could be justified. At times, while writing, we've felt that Musk approaches life as if it were a video game, with himself as the main character, and everyone else merely extras. A game obsessed with becoming faster, better, stronger, where losses don't matter because progressing to the next level forgives everything, as long as you win. This book serves as a reminder that in life there are no automatic save points. Levels can't be repeated indefinitely, and some mistakes can't be undone. That we were able to write it we owe to many people, first and foremost Lukasz Krupski. The trust this whistleblower placed in us was a rare gift. It took extraordinary courage to stand up to a hyper-rich, aggressive and lawsuit-happy Elon Musk. Krupski has paid the price. His life has been stuck in a Tesla loop since 2019, and yet he helped us tell this story. Many others followed his lead. This book is built on the experiences, accounts and information of numerous people who spoke to us directly and gave us access to internal matters. Every single one of them helped shed light on the Musk system. Many took on significant personal and legal risks. Some relived the worst moments of their lives for us. This book has its origins in our first major exposé in the German business newspaper Handelsblatt in May 2023. And the many articles that followed. But we wanted more for this project. Not only did we dig even deeper into the Tesla files, uncover connections, build new relationships, and bring to light secrets that had remained hidden, we also wanted to take our readers behind the scenes of journalism itself. This book doesn't just show what's happening at Tesla, it also tells the story behind the story. It reveals the challenges of an investigation like this one, the confidential editorial meetings, the pressure, the push and pull. We want to show what it's like for reporters to swing between excitement and doubt, always aware that on the other side stands the richest man in the world. For both of us, it's the first time we've written not just about our subjects and other people, but about ourselves too. At Handelsblatt, journalists are taught from day one to take a step back from their own story. Shifting perspective, reflecting on our own work and our own role, was a challenge. We regret to say we have no comment from Tesla or Musk to offer. Neither the company nor its major shareholder and CEO responded to our questions. Chapter 1. An Anonymous Caller. This particular Friday starts off gently enough. The conference has been cancelled, and we recorded today's planned episode of the Handelsblatt Crime podcast yesterday. But the calm is shattered when a Microsoft Teams call pops up on my, Sönke Iversen's, desktop. Odd. The photo in the window shows Martin Kölling, our correspondent in Tokyo. I haven't spoken to him in months. What could he be calling about? Martin gets straight to the point. A stranger called, claiming to work for Tesla in Norway, and warning of serious problems inside the company. Would I be willing to speak with the anonymous caller? Of course I would. I'm not a car fanatic, but few companies in the world have the kind of magnetic appeal Tesla does. When Herbert Diess was still CEO of the German car giant Volkswagen, he once invited Elon Musk to speak in front of 200 top executives. I can't recall any comparable case in which a corporate leader so willingly threw himself at the feet of a competitor. Diess was practically enamored with Musk. Tesla, he said, worked faster, was more innovative, manufactured more cheaply. In short, it was simply better. These days, Musk is practically the pop star of the global economy. A genius who founded his first company in his early 20s and was worth over $100 million 10 years later. What hasn't been written about Musk? How work-obsessed he is. How unpretentious. That he doesn't own a house and sleeps on friends' couches, or simply on the floor of one of his factories. That he plays by no rules. Since buying the short messaging platform Twitter, Musk has been in the headlines constantly. I would have loved to meet him at some point, but for German journalists that was virtually impossible at the time. We hadn't even managed to establish contact inside his German plant. Today is November the 4th, 2022. For 8 months now, Tesla has been building cars in Grünheide, near Berlin. It's Musk's only factory in Europe, and according to the company, the most advanced in...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?